Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a spectacularly dramatic day in the soap world, and we have some absolute bombshells to discuss. If you love deep dives into the messy lives of our favorite LA families, you are in the right place. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into the madness. Let's jump right into the massive spoiler that has everyone talking today. Are Katie Logan and Bill Spencer about to pull the plug on Will's life in Los Angeles? Rumors are swirling that they might force Will to resign from his position at Logan and pack his bags for a fresh start far away from the current chaos. And you won't believe what happens next. To trigger this, as we know, Will has been incredibly uncomfortable working at Logan because it forced him to keep massive corporate secrets from his girlfriend Electra. This secrecy bred a toxic level of tension between them, leading to endless conflicts. But the absolute climax? The boiling point hit when Will and Forrester got into a massive, heated physical altercation. During this explosive scuffle, Will accidentally threw a punch that landed squarely on FME patriarch Forrester. Can you believe it? Now Will is facing severe legal trouble and family wrath. To protect their son from the fallout and help him move on from his shattered romance with Electra, Bill and Katie are allegedly planning to send him out of town. Are we about to say a temporary goodbye to Will Spencer? I have to be honest with you guys. I completely understand why Will is cracking under the pressure. Being a successor character in a legacy family like the Spencers is no joke, and Will has been carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Think about his psychological state right now. He was thrust into this high-stakes corporate environment at Logan, essentially weaponized by his mother Katie in her ongoing business wars. Will is a good guy at heart, and forcing him to lie to Electra about business moves completely shattered his moral compass. He was torn between loyalty to his family's empire and the woman he was falling in love with. That kind of cognitive dissonance will break anyone down. It's no wonder the suspense has been killing him from the inside out. He felt like a pawn in a game he didn't even want to play. And let's talk about Electra for a second, because this relationship was doomed from the start. That's crazy. Will was already struggling with the guilt of his corporate secrets, but then you add the absolute poison that is Forrester into the mix. Ivy's manipulative plot to intercept Electra's letter and sabotage their relationship was the final nail in the coffin. Will was left feeling betrayed, confused, and entirely isolated. When the truth finally came out, the damage was already done. The trust was gone. Will's heart was entirely broken, and honestly, who could blame him for wanting to escape? Every corner he turns in Los Angeles reminds him of the love quadrangle mess, the betrayal, and the toxic environment at Forrester Creations. He lost Dylan, who was a genuine friend and support system, when she decided to move out to preserve her own sanity. Will is completely alone in a crowded room. But here is where my blood really starts to boil. Let's talk about Forrester. I absolutely despise how RJ has been acting lately. He is walking around Forrester Creations like he owns the place, completely channeling the aggressive, arrogant energy of his grandfather, Massimo Marone. RJ has made it his personal mission in life to tear Will down and swoop in on Electra. The sheer entitlement is staggering. When Will and RJ finally clashed, it wasn't just about a girl. It was a clash of titans, the Spencers versus the Forresters, a rivalry as old as time. RJ knew exactly what buttons to push to make Will snap. Will was already a ticking time bomb of anxiety, heartbreak, and corporate stress. RJ lit the fuse, and the resulting explosion was inevitable. And oh my goodness, the punch! Can you even imagine the sheer horror in that room when Will's fist connected with Forrester? Amazing in the worst possible way. Eric is the beloved patriarch, the absolute legend of the fashion world, and an innocent bystander in this petty war between two hot-headed boys. The moment that punch landed, Will's life changed forever. It wasn't just a physical blow, it was a symbolic shattering of whatever fragile peace existed between the families. You don't just accidentally assault Eric Forrester and walk away unscathed. The legal ramifications alone are terrifying. Will could be facing assault charges, lawsuits, and a permanent ban from the Forrester building. The psychological guilt of hurting an elder, someone who is universally respected, must be eating Will alive. Let's take a moment to really think about Eric Forrester's position in all of this. Eric has spent decades building Forrester Creations into a global empire, always trying to maintain family harmony. He has survived heart attacks, corporate takeovers, and endless family betrayals. But to be physically struck in his own building by a Spencer? That is a line that has never been crossed quite like this. Eric is a forgiving man, but he is also fiercely proud. Even if he knows Will didn't mean to hit him, the sheer disrespect of these two young men brawling in his sanctuary might be unforgivable. It forces Eric to look at RJ and Will not as the future of the company, but as massive liabilities. Will Eric demand Will's immediate termination? Will he ban him from the premises? The suspense surrounding Eric's reaction is going to drive the narrative for weeks. If Eric decides to press charges, Bill Spencer will go to war, and the collateral damage will be astronomical. This brings us to Katie Logan Spencer. Katie is currently drowning in her own chaotic plot twists. She is actively waging a corporate war against her own sister, Brooke, trying to poach Hope away to her new fashion house. Donna has already warned Katie that she is playing with fire and risking a massive family feud. Now, add Will's catastrophic mistake to Katie's plate. Katie is a fiercely protective mother, but she is also a PR mastermind. She knows that Will staying in Los Angeles right now is a complete disaster for his mental health and for her company's reputation. She sees her son spiraling, facing legal threats, and drowning in heartbreak over Elektra. Sending him away isn't just a punishment. In Katie's mind, it is a desperate rescue mission. She needs to extract him from the war zone before he becomes a permanent casualty of the Forrester-Spencer crossfire. And you know Dollar Bill Spencer is not going to sit back and watch his son be destroyed by the Forresters. Bill's paternal instincts are legendary, and they are fiercely aggressive. If the Forresters try to press charges against Will for the accidental hit on Eric, Bill will unleash a legal and financial apocalypse on them. But Bill is also a pragmatist. He knows that Will is too emotionally compromised right now to fight this battle. Bill likely agrees with Katie that Will needs a hard reset. Sending him to a different branch of the Spencer empire, maybe to New York or Europe, gets him out of the immediate line of fire. It allows the scandal to cool down. Bill wants his son to harden up, to forget about the petty high school drama with Elektra, and to return as a ruthless Spencer Titan. Let's be honest, we all know how these soap operas work. When a character is backed into a corner with no immediate resolution, the writers often use a temporary exit to reset the board. We've been dealing with a somewhat slow-paced plot regarding this love quadrangle, and a shocking event like punching Eric is the perfect catalyst for a major shift. Will leaving LA would provide a much-needed break from the repetitive arguments at Forrester Creations. It would force Elektra to truly evaluate her feelings without Will constantly in her orbit. Will she actually be happy with RJ's arrogant, Massimo-esque behavior? Or will Will's absence make her realize what she lost? This exit is a classic soap trope, and it works flawlessly to build future suspense. I can't help but wonder what this means for the actor and the character long term. Are we looking at a situation where they might bring in replacement actors down the line, or will return with a completely new, darker personality. I predict that when Will finally comes back to Los Angeles, he won't be the conflicted, guilt-ridden boy who left. He is going to undergo a massive transformation, being exiled by his parents, losing the girl he loved to his arrogant rival, and carrying the shame of the Eric incident will harden his heart. We might finally see the true emergence of a dollar Will, someone who doesn't care about collateral damage and is entirely focused on dominance. That would be an incredible evolution for his character. Look at how brilliantly this ties into the rest of the canvas right now. The tension is everywhere. Brooke is literally offering to trade romantic favors with Ridge to steal Steffi's co-CEO chair just to protect Hope from Katie's corporate rating. Steffi is about to explode when she finds out. Carter and Daphne are facing heartbreaking infertility struggles, and Sheila is plotting to destroy Deacon and Taylor's happiness. The entire city of Los Angeles is a powder keg right now. Will's violent outburst and subsequent exile is just one explosion in a series of massive detonations. The writers are brilliantly weaving these family conflicts together, showing how the older generation's corporate greed directly poisons the younger generation. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe Katie and Bill are making the right choice by sending Will away, or are they just running from the problem? Will Elektra regret pushing Will to the brink, or is she better off with RJ? And how on earth is Eric Forrester going to recover from this shocking assault? I am dying to hear your theories in the comments below. The drama is only going to get hotter from here, and we will be tracking every single plot twist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from B&B for Phone.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.